guys, it's Raspberry Jam Game here, and today we're going to be talking about your mum. No, I'm joking. We're going to be talking about IDW issue 1 of Sonic the Hedgehog. I've been wanting to actually do reviews on this for a while, so let's get right into it, everyone! IDW Sonic the Hedgehog issue 1 starts with Sonic recapping most of his adventures fighting Eggman. And he wonders why Eggman is so absent from his duties of fighting Sonic. He actually even questions where he's been after the events of Sonic Forces. But his robot army is actually being led by Metal Sonic, which is sort of a spoiler, but the comic's been out since 2018. You guys should be well and truly done with it. There's a robot army actually attacking a nearby fortress or village, you would probably say. This was actually during the events of Forces where they had to arm every single village or metropolis so they would keep Eggman away. Sonic rushes over to go check out what's going on. He helps out one of the Mobians that are fighting this robot army, and he's not using the tool properly. You can literally see him struggling with it. The guy, I think he's just a regular civilian, but how can one person just seemingly struggle with a tool? Well, haven't you seen the Mobians fighting Eggman during the Sonic Forces? Didn't you see the army fighting with that hammer looking thing? The creatures from another space, and they use these weapons where they can actually hit like an enemy or something, or a target, and just destroy the robots they're targeting. But this guy just seemingly struggles with it. He's like that, and then someone just gives him advice: try to actually aim it at the robot. He also alerts the nearby people that are trying to get everyone evacuated out of the city so the army can fight the robots. Suddenly, motor bugs approach the people trying to get into the basement, I guess. I don't know how to call it because I'm just stupid. But they try to get in, they try to open it, try to budge it, but it's not opening. But then suddenly, Sonic boosts in and gets rid of 3 of the motor bugs. He goes, ha! To the... He's like... However you would describe that sound effect. Don't meme that format, dude, please. I think one of the female Mobians would like... Oh, all this terror will be worth it if I can tell my friends that Sonic winked at me. Sorry if I keep knocking that. And the other dude that was trying to help that other female Mobian out was like, oh, Sonic's so cool! While Sonic's rushing through the city trying to destroy any bandits he sees, and he comes across a hammer-wielding Batnet. These ones are from Sonic Heroes, if you remember, going into the Frog Forest, I think, or Green Forest, I can't remember. But if you remember playing that, there was big, at the second act of the level, there's a purple hammer wielding Batnet. That's what I mean. At first Sonic's not having any trouble, but he bashes and bashes the handle of that hammer, trying to weaken that robot any way he can. But these robots are pretty tough. In fact, Sonic stops at a sewage plate and he just sees 4 of them and they all slam their hammers down. Luckily Sonic survived and went underneath a sewage plate. Suddenly the purple robots find Sonic escaping and they give chase. I also love how Sonic even references, as he gets out of that plate, saying that he's Hedgehog is a burrowing animal. He actually even gives a Google description in a way, if you can see the speech bubble. Sonic is about to fail. He's about to be the unlive, but luckily Tails comes in the rescue and saves Sonic being squashed by that hammer. And Tails remarks saying, can you please stop trying to risk your life trying to fight all these Batnets? But it's sort of Sonic's job, and he's a hero of Mobius. What do you expect, Mrs. Tails? Sonic and Tails come up with a plan to knock out all these Batnets in one, knocking them all out. They do that weird team attack that's from, not from Sonic Heroes, but from Sonic 4 Episode 2, which is not a bad game, alright? Not a bad game. Sonic warns Tails to knock down the lever. Tails is like, give me a little bit of faith, and shuts the lever down, knocking most of the Batnets down and destroying them. Sonic's getting warmed up, being his cocky self, saying that the Batnets were less organised, it was too easy. But Tails brings up a really good point, and this is sort of where the series takes a really good turn from the RJG comics, where it's more place being more serious, and it's just generally a really good dramatic comic that you should really check out. Tails says that the Batnets are more organised than Eggman normally plans them out, and he probably thinks that someone else is behind them, and he's sort of getting worried about Sonic because he's not being really as careful. He's being quite reckless, and let's be honest, Sonic is quite reckless. He goes into things without thinking, sort of what I do sometimes. That's why I relate to the favourite blue hedgehog. But he goes to comfort his friend, saying that he will be safe, he'll be fine and you try to be more careful. Tails says that Amy's in another city down south, I think, or east, I can't remember. You'll probably have to read it. I've read these IDW comics a lot, so, but I'm not going to go back and read them all because I've read them more than enough. But then Tails tells Amy that she's down south, so Sonic just rushes off to go see Amy if she needs any help. But then something is viewing Sonic. Who is this? Well, it's actually an egg pond camera trying to film Sonic, and this has been fed to Eggman's pod, which is behind a chair, and he's like, oh, Sonic's not going to get away. Okay, spoiler alert, it's actually Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes, so this arc's going to be really fascinating to get into. Now onto the artwork. The art design is very unique. It's spot on. It feels like it's different, but it's actually from the Archie comics. Like some of the creators that made this comic are from the Archie Sonic comics, like the industry before it went defunct in 2017. Sega lost the lawsuit with Ken Penders. It's a whole bunch of junk that I won't get into, and I won't have enough time in this video. It's a whole bunch of it, and Archie went down in 2017, but then in 2018 they restarted the comic industry and posted their favorite blue hedgehog into another series. And either way, the art and the writing by Ian Flynn is really good. Instead of just getting rid of the continuity in the Archie comics by using Genesis waves, it felt better by just restarting the industry, just creating something like a big reboot in a way. But either way, I thank you guys so much for watching this review or just recap or anything, however you want to describe it. This is just a video I want to cover, and Sonic's my favorite. If you want to see more, I'm probably going to post more anyway, but if you guys enjoy this content, like, subscribe, comment, and do all that. Just share this around with everyone you know and love. And I'll see you next time, my jammers.